Hi guys, how you all doing? Hope you're all doing well. आप सब लोग ठीक हैं? Today I'll give you a list of the upcoming cars which are going to come in the next 6 months in Diwali, around December and around January, February. So this is a list for the next 6 months or so. Number one car on this list is a car which you've all been waiting for. It's of course the Jet or T2. Yes, a lot of you have been waiting for this car. You've been wanting to see it, and everybody who's seen the pictures of this car, who's seen the videos of this car, has fallen in love with this car already because of the square and boxy design and that of course defender like look that this car has. So that's something which a lot of people have really appreciated about this car. Now this car will officially go on sale just around Diwali, just before Diwali, and it will launch JSW motors into the market as well. Now JSW motors will be separate from JSW MG, so they'll have a separate dealership, they'll have separate workshops, and they'll have a completely separate operation from JSW MG, because JSW is also invested in MG in India, but JSW motors will be separate. Now the engine and the drivetrain on this car will be a 1.5 hybrid setup. Yes, it will also get a big battery pack, and if you want to drive on the battery pack alone, you can do a range of about 100 kilometers or 120 kilometers. Pricing of this car will be around 40 or 45 lakh rupees. It could even go up to 50 lakh rupees for the top of the line versions. Will there be a 4x4 version, or will it only come with a 4x2? That's something which we'll get to know when the car is officially launched. And this car will also get the option of 7 seats. There's a 5-seater option, and there could also be a 7-seater option. Now the interiors are going to be fantastic in terms of the quality. You'll also get of course 2 screens with completely digital layouts, and the best point is that this car will be very powerful because of the strong hybrid setup. Expect power to be in excess of 200 bhp, and the torque also should be in excess of about 300 newton meters of torque, around 350 newton meters of torque, along with the eCVT gearbox that this car will come with. And of course ground clearance is going to be very good, and you'll also get chunky looks on the outside. So around October this car is coming out, the Jet or T2. That's the car you should be waiting for. The number 2 car on this list is a car which we've also been thinking about for a long time. It's the Honda CR-V. Yes, Honda hasn't confirmed plans for the CR-V, but chances are that this car will come back into the Indian market by December, January, or maybe February, early 2027, and it could again be a full import just like the ZR-V is. It will get the same drivetrain, the 2-liter hybrid setup that the ZR-V has, which makes about 200 bhp of power. Again, it will be an automatic gearbox on this car, and square and boxy looks, very big in terms of the overall space. So what will the price be? Well, it will be similar to the ZR-V, maybe a little bit closer to some of its rivals, but this car could really take on the likes of the VW Tayron and the Skoda Kodiaq, which are doing quite well, because CR-V is a car which a lot of you have loved in the past. The previous generations have been loved, and chances are that Honda will play on that. Honda could also launch an updated version of the Elevate. Yes, there's an updated version in the works for the Elevate. It will not be a major facelift, but it will be a minor facelift. The interiors also will get some minor changes. The biggest change, of course, is going to be the change on the overall interiors in terms of the sound system. Cool front seats as well as ambient lighting will now make its presence felt in the cabin, along with some minor changes on the UI of the touchscreen. There is no hybrid car, there is no hybrid engine coming on this car. That's something which Honda has ruled out in the past as well. But going by the feedback from customers, chances are Honda might think about a hybrid and they could launch it. Again, this car could come out around November or December, just around the festive season or just about around the year end. Pricing will remain more or less the same, so no changes on the pricing as well. Now the next car on this list is the upcoming Maruti Suzuki Baleno, and it will come out in the first week of September. That's the car which people have been waiting for as well. Again, minor changes on the front end, minor changes on the back end. There will be some new features. Chances are that cool seats will finally be offered, and there's also strong chance that a sunroof will come onto this car. You can also expect some tweaks on the engine. There's probably a chance that this car will finally get the new engine from the Swift, and there could be a turbo also as a surprise element, but that turbo is of course going on the Fronx, and the Fronx is going to get update as well a couple of months after the Baleno, and the Fronx will get a hybrid setup as well, which means that the overall fuel efficiency on the Fronx 1.2 will go up all the way to around 30 odd kilometers on pure petrol. Yes, the petrol that you fill in with the hybrid setup could give you around 30 kpl. That's something that is coming up around December, January. So the Baleno first, followed by the Fronx, and of course the Glanza will also get the same updates that the Baleno gets. Well, apart from all these cars, there's also the new Creta which is coming out, the all new Creta, which is based on the Seltos platform. So the Seltos platform will now be shared with the new Creta. The Creta is going to be bigger than the current car. In terms of the looks, chances are that it will have a very square and boxy design like the current Venue does, especially from the back, the connected beam of lamps, the front end also with the connected look, and of course the engines will remain the same. There will be no change on the engine, but chances are that a full hybrid, a strong hybrid setup could come on the Creta, which means that the Creta will now have petrol, turbo petrol, diesel, electric, as well as a full hybrid setup. So that's going to be a big change. Of course, there will be some new features as well, some new ADAS tech, including rear collision avoidance, as well as front movement of the vehicle, and it tells you. There could also be matrix style headlamps which come into the system, which means that basically when there's another car coming from the front, some beams of the headlamps drop down to make sure that the front car, the front motorist, doesn't get blinded by your headlamp. So that's something which could come on the new Creta. It's going to be a great car to wait for and worth waiting for actually. December or Jan is the date for the Creta. They haven't announced it yet, but those are the dates which the new Creta could come out. There's also the hybrid Duster coming out. Yes, the Duster initial sales were good, but after that it slowed down a bit. But the Duster will also come with a hybrid setup, and it's a car which will now get more power. It'll get better fuel efficiency, and just like the Toyota Hyryder, you'll get better overall packaging because of course it'll get more power. So the driving also will be slightly better. You'll get additional battery pack, which means that overtaking will become easier, and fuel efficiency will also go up. Remember, the hybrid version is only for the Duster, and Nissan Tecton will not get the hybrid. It's only the Duster which will get the hybrid. And apart from all these, the Seltos will also get a hybrid because that's a setup which will share with the Creta. Of course, Kia is going to wait for the Creta to come up with the setup first, and then it'll adopt that setup as well. So that's also a car which will come around February or March after the Creta of course comes out, and you can expect the power to go up on the hybrid Seltos and Creta, and also the fuel efficiency to go up by quite a long way. Also, remember that after all these cars around March or April, there is the Hyundai Bayon which will come out. Now, what is the Bayon all about? It's basically going to be a rival to the Fronx, very similar in the overall scheme of things. So it's going to be slightly bigger than the Extra, but slightly smaller than the Venue, and somewhere in between in terms of the overall positioning. That's something which Hyundai is keeping very close to its heart. It's only some sketchy details which are coming out, but again, this is going to be a car which will be very good in terms of the performance, in terms of pricing, in terms of the features, and it'll take the Fronx head on. The Fronx right now has a free run because there's no other rival in that segment. Yes, the Extra was a rival, but a lot of people think the Extra belongs to a slightly lower segment of car, but that's the car that is also worth waiting for. Apart from all this, there is the Audi range of cars, the Audi Q3, which will go on sale in October. That's a car which looks really smashing on the outside. It'll get a 2-liter turbocharged TSI petrol engine with over 200 bhp of power, an automatic gearbox, and Audi's famous Quattro system. Now, the best part about the Audi Q3 is the fact that the interiors are world class, the exteriors look very sharp, and just in general, it's going to be a great car to drive. And this could really bring back Audi in the luxury game because Audi has been missing out for the last couple of years. They haven't really had any major new products out which are mass market, but the Q3 could completely change all that because remember, Audi now sells only SUVs. They've stopped selling their sedans, so that is going to be something big from the house of Audi early in the festive season. So guys, this was a long list of cars which are going to be coming out very soon. Which one is your favorite? Which one you're looking forward to? Do let me know in the comment section below. If you have enjoyed watching this video, then please do subscribe to my channel. Also subscribe to the other channel you see in the link over here and also in the collaboration link, and do stay tuned for more updates like this. Thanks for watching.